All right, so first of all, I'd like to thank all of you for being here at our Experience Center today. We're always very proud to demonstrate what we do. So you do have a few of our electric buses that we have in the house, so the Lion C and the Lion M, which is it's actually its first trip to California, so you guys are the first to see it in real time. So, and thank you for all being so invested into electric vehicles and that technology. I see in the room many people with whom we've been involved, John, back for like 4 or 5 years, trying to deploy those first electric buses, and now we have over 50 electric school buses deployed in California that we've deployed with our dealer First Priority Green Fleet. So kudos to everybody, because I think without all of you, that cannot be possible. So we'll do a quick presentation, or a quick, quick overview of what Lion is and where we come from, but we'll save some time to just walk around the vehicles, kick the tires, and get some times for you to, for as many Q&As as possible. So many different things. So a little timeline of where we came from. So Lion has been in business since 2008 now. So back in the days, we had that great idea of, doing electric school buses. But in 2008, we were considered a little crazy because, there was no electric school buses on the market. So we took 3 years to develop that school bus right here before launching our first all-electric school bus all across America. So in 2016, we were proud to deliver our first unit. So, we have Ray and Linda from Twin Rivers that have been operating those buses since late 2016, which is kind of a big deal. So congratulations to you guys. So believing in electric school buses made us shift towards that Lion M. So last May, we've launched that Lion M, which is a purpose-built, all-electric shuttle bus that, it was built from ground up to be electric. So we'll save some time to walk around this little new one, because probably most of you have heard about the blue and yellow school bus we've been doing for a while. But that bus behind us has been an excellent opportunity for special needs, for shuttles. We think about airports, urban transportation for special needs, because it answers, it's in a category that did not exist before. So, and we're pretty proud. Over the last month, we have launched the Lion 8, so our straight body Class 8 all-electric truck, which will show up here in Sacramento Thursday night or Friday morning, because it will be, all of our products will be heading to the ACT Expo next week. So every one of you that will be attending, you'll be able to touch and feel those electric trucks. So very proud of launching this one a few months ago. Something's not listed on there for 2020 is that we're going to launch a Class 8 tractor all electric as well, based on that same technology. So, stay tuned, more is coming. So Lion today, so more than 150 employees, so a dedicated team here in California for sales, for service, for training, for infrastructure support. We want to make sure we deploy the right amount of people to transition to that electric energy. So many full-time engineers that are working on upcoming technologies, but making sure that our current products are reliable and that they bring kids back in from school every day. We have dedicated teams for electric only. So we've been manufacturing school buses for over 10 years now. But electric, as all of you know, it's a combination of infrastructure, training, and deployment is not as easy as deploying a traditional diesel school bus. So we are investing into having dedicated teams to support school district, private fleets, or anybody that would like to grow their fleets to electric. Over the last 5 years, we've deployed over 200 electric school buses across America in every kinds of climate conditions. So, as I've mentioned before, over 50 here in California with our Lion C dealer First Priority, but over 150 in New York, Massachusetts, Minnesota, upcoming in Florida, and many of them in Canada. So extreme harsh winter conditions, yep, it works. So over 2 million miles and counting. So probably today we're close to 2.5 million miles of proven track record. So no test tracks. I mean, even though our products are certified with all the different, California CHP, Air Resources Board, FMVSS, it's 2.5 million miles of, transporting kids to and from schools every day. So, which is a kind of a big difference, than test tracks. Experience Center here opened in November 2018, so we're looking into deploying more of those experience centers. So this was our first footprint in California, looking forward to deploy one in SoCal as well, and probably within the Fresno area within the next 12 to 18 months to serve all of our upcoming customers. We just opened that new facility in Albany, New York, so we are deploying those experience centers not only for service, because as you can see today, we're not doing any service on electric school buses. We do training, we do presentation. It's mostly an education center where we can share the technology and share as much knowledge as we can to facilitate that, technology transition. So more to come, so we'll share those locations very shortly. So that evolution of that electric energy in heavy and medium and heavy duty trucks. Over the last few years, we're all having questions, is it possible to electrify heavy duty vehicles? Well, the answer today is yes. 5, 6, 7 years ago, it was, can you do it? Can you do one special pilot projects? Demonstrate the feasibility of that thing. Today, we're more into, can we make it work? Can we have a business work and deploy not a few pockets here and there, but hundreds and thousands of medium and heavy duty vehicles. So today the business case works. As far as the economics works, everything around it, we are here today to deploy more and more units. So a few years ago we were at 65 miles of range, which was a big deal for a 33,000 pound school bus. Today, a few years later, we're up to 155 miles and counting. So the trucks will share a little more, but can travel, even though packed at 60,000 pounds, up to 255 miles. So that answers most of the needs for transportation. Not all of it, but most of it. I shared that realistic business case, so we're there. If we go back to the way we built those buses, I think the best thing, the better example is the one behind us. So transit buses or shuttle application, special need, we do purpose-built electric only. So components positioning, driver ergonomics, we're not doing any retrofits, so we build the buses from ground up. So what you see around, it's a Lion chassis, Lion battery packs, and a Lion body. So we do everything to make sure that the end users has a one-stop shop to just get more knowledge, get more support. And for us, it was the safest way to bring electric products, electric trucks and buses on the market, is to build them from ground up and to be compliant with all those huge and difficult compliance for federal motor safety standards, including CHP. So from a manufacturing standpoint, it's probably the toughest way to go, but at the end, we were convinced it's the safest way to go. Obviously, aerodynamics and ergonomics, you'll be able to see this in the different products. So everything is, customized for electric, so including the clusters, such as most of your electric cars outside. They did a big modifications to traditional cars. So why go electric? I won't spend too much time here to try to convince you it's a good idea. So obviously there's so many savings, and the greenhouse gases that we're facing with transportation, we know that over 30% of those greenhouse gases are due to transportation. So for us, it was an obvious choice to move in that direction. Same thing with all the advantages of electric trucks and buses. I mean, you're all here working in that same directions, but very quickly. Obviously, the return on investment and the fuel savings and removing those fossil fuels from the transportation is one of the key things to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, but also reducing maintenance on those trucks, because the driver shortage is a challenge, but technician as well. We've mentioned this a little earlier, so bringing electric products to the market will make a difference. And obviously, no noise pollution. I mean, for school buses, it's a thing, but just think about refuse trucks that can now drive overnight in cities. That will make a huge difference as well and create new opportunities for electric products. And obviously, security and safety, and obviously driver experience. So another great way to retain drivers within your fleets. Well, realistic business case. I mean, you can save up to anywhere from 60 to 80% on your energy, depending on your application. If it's a truck or a bus, obviously, the more you drive, the more you save. So we can customize those return on investment plans with you guys to see where we align and how we propose you the different battery packs or charging infrastructure to make it work. 60% on maintenance costs. I mean, and obviously all those numbers, I mean, we have smart people at Lion, but they're coming from people operating the buses. So maintenance cost reduction, huge maintenance reductions. As much close to as much as the fuel savings. Obviously, electric motors and combustion engines and the electric motor, we don't have to convince anybody. There's very few moving parts, so very low maintenance. No emissions, no transmission, no oil change, no filters. So all of those items that required, critical maintenance are now removed. And now, again, the more you use it, the more you save. So electric school buses are a great way to save on energy. But if you shift to just shuttle applications or trucks, well, those vehicles are putting more and more miles. So you're going to save more, but you're also reduce your carbon footprint because you're going to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. So very quickly about the different batteries. Some of you are very familiar. We'll keep some time to answer specific questions about our battery packs within our different products. So again, we are doing our own battery packs, sourcing the modules and from tier 1 manufacturers in the world, such as LG Chem, for example. We have many battery suppliers working with us, but we do everything in-house because we adapt the technology and the packaging for those medium-duty application, but also heavy-duty, because that requires a different skill set or a different, battery control system than traditional cars. So, and you guys are familiar with that as well. Over the last few years, battery technology, range, energy density is going up because everything is coming together. Big car manufacturers are shifting, other than Tesla, people are shifting to electric. So that creates as well more knowledge, better experience, and a better technology. So energy density is the amount of energy you can, just look at those electric school bus. 5 years ago, we've mentioned we were at 65 miles of range, which we needed 5 big battery packs to get 65 miles of range. Today, within the same battery pack, same packaging, we're able to do 155 miles. So just by putting modules that are more efficient and that contains more capacity in there. So battery life cycle is another big question we get for heavy-duty vehicles. And obviously, the way you package and the way you manage those batteries will make a difference. So at Lion, we build batteries that will last for the whole life cycle of the product. So whether it's from school buses, shuttle, or trucks, we make sure that we manage the batteries so you don't have to plan a battery replacement within the first 5, 7, 8 years. So we offer 8 years warranty on those batteries, but we expect those batteries to last 12, 14 plus years, depending on the application. Different range, just a quick slide. We can share those numbers with you after, but this is the kind of energy we're able to have on board the bus. So on an electric school bus, we're able to have up to 220 kilowatt hour, which is twice the biggest battery pack of a Tesla car. Obviously, it's a different vehicle, but that being said, with 220 kilowatt hour creates a lot of potential for obviously driving more range. So for school buses doing more field trips with the actual products, but also it opens the door to the vehicle to grid technology, which we will discuss a little further as well. So Lion M, Lion A, because we have the same product within a yellow school bus package. So you will see those in California over the next probably 6 to 12 months. So, and then on the trucks, we're able to have up to 480 kilowatt hour of battery, which is kind of huge. So if you look at the truck industry for Class 8 trucks, obviously it's not designed for long hauls, but long hauls will bring other challenges such as infrastructure and time to recharge. So, but that being said, more than 50% of the Class 8 truck industry could be electrified right now with that kind of battery pack. So it will get better and better. So, but you keep in mind that those Lion 8 tractor straight body trucks or tractor will be able to serve all local, regional hauling for freight. So different components, we'll go over those quickly. So we've shared that the powertrain has very few components on board. So compared to a combustion engine, you'll have like maybe 20 major parts for the powertrain. One of them, the biggest one, is the vehicle Neuro. So you see we're working with Dana TM4, which provides our whole powertrain. It's probably one of the leaders across America. They've deployed over 30,000 of their powertrain, which is the one we've been using for 6, 7 years now. So that little component right there, even though it's really small, controls everything. Torque management, regenerative braking system, hill hold assist, top speed. So everything could be customized to your application. So we use that component on every product. So this way we customize the way the products will be accelerating, braking. So this way it compares to your traditional trucks or buses. Other than that, well, we do have different components such as the inverter for the powertrain. So we're using 6-phase motors on the buses, but shifting to 9 phases on the trucks because we want more efficiency and more power as well. So the different powertrain provided by Dana TM4 can allow all kinds of configuration, even though you have like a light duty application like this one or a semi-tractor, Class 8 tractor. So we can customize everything with those different powertrains that are, you can increase power with those. You can reduce the components cost because the more phase you get, the lower, their components will be less expensive. But so many things we could do with very few components on board. So it will ease your maintenance as well for fleets, and it will, last as well the lifespan of the product. Just a quick picture of the electric motor. We won't spend too much time on this one. On the next slide, you see this is the electric motor. So less than 15 moving parts. It's a brushless motor, so it will serve for up to 1 million miles before you have anything to do with that. So there's nothing to maintain other than checking your connection once a year or twice a year if you're very, within your preventive maintenance. Other than that, it's sealed and it's good probably forever. So. Upcoming technologies. I've shared a little the vehicle to grid, so most of you are familiar with those. So vehicle to grid, something is coming as well for vehicle to vehicle. So we've shared that with, I know we had a quick talk about this. We're seeing more and more service teams using traditional electric cars to recharge electric cars that ran out of batteries. So that technology is coming. So for vehicle to vehicle, it's interesting. But vehicle to grid for those big size application, keep in mind it's a mobile battery pack. So if your school or your hospital runs out of battery, bring a school bus, connect it, it will power what you need to power. So, and over and above, we are working with so many utilities right now to create a new business case with the vehicle to grid so that school district or private fleets are able to resell the energy to the grid and then create some revenues out of it, and to allow peak shavings and energy demand management. So this thing is coming. So we're still in a process where utilities needs to come, utilities, manufacturers, for heavy duty manufacturers, but also for infrastructure, we all need to come together to make it work, because there is no North American standard yet. We know it's coming, but putting all those puzzle pieces together will make a huge difference for end users. Other upcoming technologies, obviously you've all heard about autonomous driving, roadside assistance, telematics, sensors. All of those technologies are coming. Once you have the truck, for us it's a matter of when do we integrate that technology? And for Lion, it's always a matter of, is the market ready for that technology? If the answer is yes, well, we will shift in that direction. So there's a ton of manufacturers that are investing a lot in autonomous driving and all those features. So it's just a matter of, selecting the right timing to deploy those technology. So other than that, I wanted to keep more time for Q&As, but also to make a little vehicle walk around. This bus outside is available for a test drive, so you're able to drive it. Some of you already drove it here around the parking lot. So we will have a team available outside if you'd like to just feel what an electric school bus feels like. But also we can do a quick walk around of that product as well before we serve lunch and keep you for a while for answering many questions. So any questions? Not now? More people are anxious to see the products. All right, so thank you very much for your time. Thanks for allowing us to share those products with you.